So Jackie is a career and leadership coach working predominantly with women who want to make a change in their career but they're not really sure where to start. She particularly works with women who perhaps don't really recognise the exceptional talent that they have and helps them to realise their full potential. So Jackie's talk is about when the worst thing that happens ends up turning out to be the best thing.
Thank you very much. And although I didn't realise it when I came in, I actually picked the perfect topic after following Emily. So my experience I want to talk about is, how many of us, when we're in that kind of the worst time, don't see an end to it, but then when you get to the end of it and you look back and you think, actually, that was probably the best thing that could have happened to me at that time. And so I want to tell you a little story that turned out to be a big story. And I was thinking about it when I was on the bus last week, and I overheard a couple of young women in their late 20s talking about their relationship with their mother. And they were describing it. One of them got a text at the time saying, oh, my mum sent me a text. What do I want for my birthday? She didn't know what to buy me for my birthday. And they had this conversation about how their relationship with a mother felt like an obligation. And it made me think about my relationship with my mother and my experience as a mother. When I was 20, I was a student nurse. I was about 9-10 months away from my final exams. I lived in a student house with other students, so we've all been there. I didn't really have a lot of money. I didn't actually really enjoy nursing very much at that time when you're training. It's not great. My boyfriend of a year didn't live with me, lived in the student house. My parents didn't actually like him. My mother was Catholic and critical. None of those things really helped. And my period was late, seriously late. And this is quite a few years ago. And at the time, you couldn't go to the pharmacy and buy a kit and pee on a stick. You actually had to go and see your GP and have a blood test. So I did that. I left it and thought, this is not going to happen. It's not going to go away. And I went to see my GP. And I have a really clear memory of a summer afternoon sitting in the surgery. And on the desk between us was a pink slip from the blood test that said pregnancy test positive. And it became very real. This was happening. It wasn't maybe I'm not. This was, I actually am. And I didn't realise it. And I was crying. My GP was amazing, and he just very gently asked about my situation, what my wishes were. And I felt like a child, but I had to make this adult decision. One of the easiest things was actually saying, yes, that's fine, whatever happens, I'll go ahead with it. This is what I wanted. Not at that age, but this is fine. The easiest thing was knowing the sort of mother I wanted to be, because my Catholic, critical mother was also very judgmental, very, very, very critical, very unloving. I don't actually ever remember being cuddled. So being a mum was going to be really easy. I would just do the exact opposite to what she did. And I could give my daughter the kind of mother that I'd really wanted for myself. So that's why when I listened to the women on the bus talk about their mums and how it was an obligation, I felt sad. Because actually being a mum is not an obligation. And I hope it's not actually for you too. My daughter is actually here with me this evening. So that's how, sorry, that wasn't quite the end. So that's how what was one of the big grown-up worst moments became one of the best things in my life.